Look, another one of my favorite themes. Books that love to pretend that the carnival is this wonderful, magical place where all your dreams come true, instead of the never-ending hellscape of human misery that it actually is what I would say, but I can't. Caraval is not like that.
Caraval is billed as being similar to Night Circus, and I can see why people would say that. You've got a magical space filled with performers, a place meant to show you delights that you cannot find anywhere else, and is open for a short amount of time before moving on to a different space.
But that's about where all the similarities end. Gone are all the parts that drag the Night Circus down, like the child fighting ring and the magician yentas always seeming to induce their clients into murdering each other.
Caraval has a lot more than that. Sure, temporary magical liminal space, but also strong sisterly bond, romance with a spark, tough choices, 3D characters, mistakes, and actual intrigue. Caraval begins with Scarlet and her sister Tella and their horrible living situation. They live as prisoners in the lap of luxury under the thumb of their extremely abusive father.
Scarlet is looking forward to her upcoming arranged marriage because it means that she and her sister can finally escape the house, but then Scarlet receives tickets to Caraval.
Caraval is a magical show that used to tour, but in recent years it has become an invitation-only event. Scarlet has dreamed of attending Caraval since she was a little girl, but now she can't because Caraval would interfere with her upcoming wedding plans.
Her sister Tella manages to kidnap her and bring her to Caraval, but this year's Caraval is functioning as a game that may or may not be as fictional as everyone insists. The winner gets a wish.
The only catch is that Tella has been kidnapped and the first person to find her gets the wish. It's also implied that if Scarlet doesn't find Tella first, then Caraval's master, Legend, will seduce and kill her very suggestible sister.
It's a race against time in a magical town where the currency is secrets and an acceptable form of payment is a day off of your life. All under the shadow of Caraval's master, Legend, who becomes more of a villain each year.
All the characters feel unique. Scarlet, the heroine, is a mess after dealing with her abusive father for so many years and trying to protect her sister. Her marriage is the one hope she holds on to.
She's willing to give up everything if it means keeping her sister safe, including marrying a man she doesn't love.
Scarlet's willing to take risks and conquer her fears if that's what it takes. She's also clever enough to solve the riddles that Caraval throws in her path.
She's also unwilling to admit her attraction to her sometimes reluctant companion, Julian.
He's devilishly handsome and a bit of a mystery. Sometimes he's out for himself, but he's also starting to fall for Scarlet. He wants to help out and tell the truth, but he never seems able to.
Okay, so from that description, he sounds like every single YA love interest ever, but we can only say so much due to spoilers. Trust us when we say that he's got an actual personality and a good reason for being so dark and mysterious.
Tella is a character we only learn about through Scarlet since she's kidnapped for most of the game. To Scarlet, her sister is impulsive, passionate, a little naive, and interested in living on the edge.
Tella's prone to leaping first and looking after, and would probably fall in love like breathing. She's susceptible to Legend's charms because to her, dying is better than living in a cage.
Caraval is a character too, in its weird way. Structurally, it reminds me of Venice with a giant canal system, but it also has things that denote a magical space, like moving bridges and castles and tunnels.
There are also magical things for sale. Potions for protection, knowledge of your future, concoctions to keep your hair from going gray, shit you've never seen before.
And you don't use coins. Instead, you pay with things like the last lie you ever told, what you fear most, or what you want most in the world. Things you would never be willing to admit to yourself.
Caraval has the whole thing going for it, where it's got this gigantic magical layer on top, but there's something nefarious underneath the surface.
Mostly, though, it manages to keep the nefarious to a minimum, so it's still a place you want to visit. You just also can't let your guard down, and you have to make sure that your spending doesn't beggar you for life.
So basically, it's Disney World.
Yes.
Plot-wise, Caraval has enough to keep you on your toes. You're rooting for Scarlet, enjoying Caraval, and just trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Everyone insists that Caraval is just a game, but it seems like it's clear that it's not the case. So you second guess everyone, and you forget the warning that you're given at the beginning before you entered Caraval, which was, don't trust anyone.
By the end of the book, you've been on a roller coaster, but one with a lot of twisty back and forth turns rather than, your just usual up and down variety.
I mean, if I'm being honest though, Caraval is just a remake of the 1997 movie The Game, and Scarlet is just a prettier version of Michael Douglas, but hey, remakes are fun.
Stephanie Garber did an excellent job on the novel. It avoids a lot of pitfalls you would expect to encounter in a YA carnival novel, and it stays consistently entertaining all the way through.
Caraval will most likely have a sequel in the near future, and there are major talks of a movie.
Does that mean we're actually going to get a Caraval movie? Not really, but it shows that someone definitely has faith in this book.
So when you see Caraval on the shelf this year, pick it up. And remember, it's all a game.